if you want to be rich, you got to get in the stock market. Well, stock market or real estate. You got to get in one of them. Real estate's safer because, I mean, at the end of the day, like a guy told me one time, old guy, he said, Steve, if you can buy anything in this world, buy yourself some land. And I said, land, you think that's the best thing? He said, yeah, because they ain't making no more. They're not making no more earth. So somebody gonna want that piece sooner or later. So land is like, stock market is a little, you know, it's gonna go down, but it's gonna go back up too. So my advice is to make, like, if I tell you, they got this thing out now called Acorn, where you get in this Acorn app, and every time you buy something, all of your change, instead of getting change back, it goes to this account. You will be stunned over a year period how much change you actually save. And Acorn helps you build up, and they invested in different things, and you can grow your money like that. I'll give you another tip I used to do. Dollar bills, whenever you get a single, roll it up as small as you can and just put it in a drawer. Every time you get a single, a dollar, put it on that little roll and keep wrapping it tight. Every time you get two more dollars, at the end of the day, you got $2 bills, take them dollars and roll them up real tight. And just do that for 1 year. At the end of the year, you will not believe what's in that roll. It saves you, and if you get, tricky, put 5s on there. If you can afford it, every now and then, just drop a 10 in there and just roll it up. Put a little rubber band on it, just keep rolling it up real tight. At the end of 1 year, count that money. You'll be stunned. It's like me, I don't deal in singles, 5s, 10s, 20s. If I'm at a grocery store, well, which that's never, but if I give you 100 and your change is, you give me change, whoever's traveling with me, I give them all the change. If it's 20s, 10s, if it's $80 a change, I give it away. I don't want nothing except hundreds, because it's the law of attraction. I only want hundreds. That's the largest denomination bill. That's what I attract. So I attract hundreds because I don't want nothing else. It's the law of attraction. If you start putting your singles away, you'll stop attracting singles. Then next thing you know, you just get 5s, 10s, and 20s. And if you keep putting them away and you graduate, and it's the law of attraction, is what you put out is what comes back. Just try that little practice, rolling up singles. Throw a 5 in there every now and then. Just roll it up. Put a rubber band on. End of the year, you'll see how much money that is. It's a good way to get started, saving money for young people. That's my suggestion. Very practical. During these challenging times, what's really been helpful for me in not only these challenging moments, but all of my difficult times in my life is my faith. I've discovered I'm not the person that I was in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s. I've grown over the years, and so have many of you. I was on vacation in Europe last year. I was in Italy. I was on a boat. We were anchored offshore, and the captain of the boat was explaining to me why he had anchored in a certain location. And he was saying it was based on the direction of the wind and the swing or the pivot of the boat when it was anchored. When a boat uses or lowers its anchor, he wants the rope or the chain that's attached to the anchor to be long enough to reach the bottom of the ocean or the lake floor. And if it does, the anchor is gonna hold the boat in place so the wind don't blow or push the boat around, or the current pushes it into the rocks. Well, while he was talking, I was tripping because I suddenly realized that God was my anchor and my faith was my chain. I said in the intro that I wasn't who I was in my 20s, my 30s, and my 40s. Because see, back then, my faith was on a short rope. See, so my connection to God was let's just say limited. But back then though, I was in much shallower water. So sometimes my anchor could hold me in place when I used it. But whenever I didn't use my anchor, which was my connection to God. Even in the little boat and the shallow water, sometimes I get tossed. I didn't even fell out the boat before and felt like I couldn't even get back up in it. Just like when you fall out your boat, you get deceived by the evil one who tries to make you think that you ain't gonna do nothing but fall out the boat again. And where was your anchor anyway? Well, to be truthful about it, I wasn't even using it. But the devil was making me think that the anchor didn't work no way. But it does. The only problem is you gotta stay connected to it. So what done happened, y'all, is as I've gotten older now, I've started to realize that the anchor, my God, always works. I just gotta stay connected to it. I gotta make sure that my rope and my chain is always attached. And the older you get, the more challenging life becomes, the deeper the water you find yourself in. You ain't in a lake or a river no more. You in deep water. You in the ocean. See, the ocean different. When that wind blow out there on that ocean, it ain't no lake or no river. The wind pick up in the ocean, in the deep water that you find yourself in, it creates some waves. It huge waves come up. It generates major storms. Hurricanes develop out over the ocean. That's where they develop, because they're out there in that deep water, man. It can get treacherous out here. See, the ocean is so powerful, it can turn over the biggest boat if it's not anchored. Now, to anchor out in deep water, your anchor has to get to the ocean floor to hold you steady in this deep water. Well, guess what? Then you need more chain. You need more faith, which is your chain that connects you to your anchor, which is God. So he can get to the bottom of things, so he can hold you safe, so he can hold you steady. That's what I learned while that man was telling me about an anchor on a boat out in Italy. He was really talking about my faith. So see, it don't matter what the situation is. It don't matter what the circumstance I'm in. It don't matter how deep the water get. My God, who is my anchor, always works. You have survived every storm this far. I see no reason why we won't survive this one either. People wrote me off. You know what? I just got up. I kept coming to work. I'm back. I just kept coming. I kept showing up. Because eventually, well, what you gonna do? You know, my father used to always tell me something. You're gonna either get over it or die mad. You got two choices. You can get past it or you can die mad. Now, if you wanna die mad, carry your ass on and just die mad. But God forgave me, so I got up and I kept going. Your mistakes don't define you. Life is 10% what happened to you, is 90% what you do about it. I just stood up like I had some dignity, and I just kept performing. Maybe you're just trying to do something nice for your kids or your grandkids. Write it down. How much you want to make a year? How much would you like to see in a savings account? Write this stuff down. This is critical information. It's not a magic trick, man. Quit tripping. This is real. This is how it works. Rich people do this all the time. We ain't out here just making paper because we that good at it and God love us more than he love you. That ain't why we getting it. We getting it because we understand the principles of success and we apply them to our life. Don't let these rich people out here fool you. I said in the intro that I wasn't who I was in my 20s, my 30s, and my 40s. Because see, back then, my faith was on a short rope. See, so my connection to God was let's just say limited. But back then though, I was in much shallower water. So sometimes my anchor could hold me in place when I used it. But whenever I didn't use my anchor, which was my connection to God, even in the little boat and the shallow water, sometimes I get tossed. I didn't even fell out the boat before and felt like I couldn't even get back up in it. Just like when you fall out your boat, you get deceived by the evil one who tries to make you think that you ain't gonna do nothing but fall out the boat again. And where was your anchor anyway? Well, to be truthful about it, I wasn't even using it. But the devil was making me think that the anchor didn't work no way. But it does. The only problem is you got to stay connected to it. So what done happened, y'all, is as I've gotten older now, I've started to realize that the anchor, my God, always works. I just got to stay connected to it.
When you gonna be grateful? When you gonna say thank you? When it's gonna come out your mouth, man, that I may not be where I want to be, but I sure am grateful for what you've given me so far, for the things I have today, because I don't have to have these things. You know what that does? That then opens up room for more stuff to come your way to be grateful for. Listen to me. I'm just trying to get you to walk up in this light, man, so you can go on with your life and quit tripping yourself out with your thoughts, because thoughts become things.
Now, a lot of you have heard that scripture. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I've heard that so many times, but they never explained it to me at my mama's church. Listen to this. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. You know what that means? All faith is hard hoping. It just starts with hope. Remember when you was little and you hope you got a bike for Christmas and you went downstairs one year and you had the bike for Christmas? You remember when you hope you graduate from school and you mess around and you got a diploma? You remember when you hope you could find a job and you looked up and you got employed? When it's gonna strike a nerve in you that if you hope hard enough, that hope should transfer, if you get smart, into some form of faith. And you ought to start believing something now.